Hey everybody, my name is Dan Gamble, DJ Dan, whatever. I am the owner operator of Dan's Mobile DJ, and I am on my way right now to a wedding reception. And I thought that while I was on the way, that I would talk to you about what it is exactly I do, and I might show you some behind the scenes stuff as we get there. So what I'm doing today is just a reception only. For weddings, I do ceremonies and receptions, and I do receptions only. The difference is of this one, it's a reception only because they're having their ceremony at a church that has its own, sound system and all that, and they don't need anybody for that. So I will not be at the ceremony. I will just be at the reception, and I'll be all set up and ready to go by the time the guests arrive. So that's that. If I'm part of the ceremony, that's usually because it's a ceremony that's held on site, outside or whatever in different rooms, where I'm providing the sound, we're miking up the officiants and the groom and all that so that everybody can hear everybody. And I provide services for that plus the music. So just so you know, if it's just a reception only, the price is slightly decreased, whereas if you book for ceremony and reception, because that package, the ceremony and reception, is usually a bit longer, it's a bit more involved, and I have to do a little bit more for that. But for this ceremony only, I'm on my way there right now. We're heading over to the Winterbourne Inn, which is in Orange Park, Florida. If you're familiar with Club Continental, Winterbourne is on the same property. I think Club Continental owns it too, and it's a little house off to the side of it, so I'll show you when we get there what it looks like and all. But that's where we're heading now, and I like to get there fairly early. It's about noon right now, so I should get there around 12:30. The guests should start arriving around 3:30. So to me, that's the ideal time. I like to get there about 3 hours in advance. And sometimes people say, clients say, does it take you that long to set up? No, it doesn't take me that long to set up. But what I like to do is I don't like to be rushed, and I don't like to leave things to chance. So in case there's an accident or something, I always try to get there as early as I possibly can. And I'd rather be set up and going with an hour to spare than realizing there's a half hour and I'm not even near set up. So that's why I do that. It doesn't take me 3 hours to set up, but it gives me options if something happens or if I forget something or something like that. So that is why I do it. I work really hard to make sure that your event goes off smoothly. And the reason you're probably watching this video is I've probably sent you this link to this video to get some more information about what it is exactly that I do. I do other events as well, today is November 22nd, 2025. Last month in October, I did a 1,000-kid homecoming dance. So we have the ability to do that. Plus, we have the ability to do, like 2 weeks ago, I did a 40-person retirement ceremony. And this event is, I think it's 80 or 90 people. So most of my events are probably 150 people or less, and that's what my base package covers. So as long as you have about 150 or less guests and your event's no longer than 5-6 hours, then you probably are good for my base pricing. If you need more hours or if more is involved, we can move up the pricing to accommodate. What you will notice and what I'll show you tonight is they did purchase our uplighting package. So the uplighting package puts lights around the room, and it really enhances the room, especially for dancing time. And it really works well for the Winterbourne. And I'll show you tonight what the room looks like without lights and with lights, and you'll be able to see an example of that. But we're heading there now, and I will be there hopefully by 12:30, and we'll do some setup, and I will actually show you how I set up, and I'm going to show you some of the redundancy I do to make sure that your event goes off smoothly. Weddings do typically run on the higher end range of my pricing, but that's because there's so much involved. You don't want someone doing your wedding that doesn't know what they're doing. Like, I've been doing weddings for over 20 years. I wouldn't have hired myself when I first started. So I'm glad people did hire me, but I would not have hired myself when I first started. I have learned so much over time, how to do weddings, how to develop systems that work, you know, that make things go by more smoothly, and that creates redundancy so that if the worst happens, your event still goes on. We have made it to Club Continental if you've never been here before. It is a little confusing if you've never been here before, but you essentially just come in this way here. Sure. And like I mentioned to you before, I'm really glad that I came a little bit early because I did run into some traffic. So it's almost 12:45 now, which is still within realm, but not ideal for me. But this is Club Continental over here. You'll see that's the bigger room. So if you're having a bigger wedding, you can have it there. But if you keep going past the main room over here, this is the main area. Let me get past all this. So if you just keep going past it, you'll see this little white house over here. This is the Winterbourne Inn. So it's literally right on the same property. And again, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's all owned by them as well. So let me go ahead and just figure out what's going on here. See what I need to do to... We are here. I've already talked to the planner and everything, and here at the Winterbourne is really only one place to set up, so I just wanted to confirm we were doing that. Found out a plug was not working, so we're gonna work around that. But we're here at the Winterbourne. I don't know if you can see behind me or not, but this is the Winterbourne. We are going to go do a quick setup, so I'm going to put you on time lapse, and I'll see you on the inside. Hey, real quick, we are done setting up. Let's take a look over here. All right, I do got to do some cleanup. I also got to get dressed, but here's the room without the lights on. So I do want to show you what it looks like with the lights on. Let's take the black out. So there we go with the lights on. That's with the uplight package. And that's what it looks like all around the room. And let's go to the front. And that's what it looks like there. Again, this will all be cleaned up in a little bit. But what I wanted to show you guys, back here, it's a little bit of a mess, but we have our computer running our main DJ software that I control it from here. And if this fails, this picks up. And if these both fail, I have a laptop over here that I go to. We have microphones over here, dual mics. We have our lighting controller. We have our soundboard. So let me show you some music here real quick. So I want to show you something. All right, so let's just put on, crap. Let's put this song on. Woo. Yeah, make sure our sound is down. Okay, so that's down. Okay, so here's the sound in the main room. So over here, right there, we have a satellite speaker. I don't have it turned on yet. Actually, let me pause this for a second. We'll turn. Okay, we're back. So I got the sound running in the main room here. Out on the patio, we have a satellite speaker, and it is running completely independent from this one as far as the volume goes. So this is for cocktail hours. Let me take a walk here real quick. So that's all the music set. Everything's set up, lights, music, and everything. So I'm not sure how much of that time lapse everybody caught, but here's the main lawn. This is where people would normally get married, is out here. I think they're gonna be doing some games and things out here. Let me take you over here to the river if you've never been here before. So this is the river, St. John's River in Orange Park, I think. This is the Porta Club Continental. This is the house up here. This is where we will be doing our stuff. But at this venue, it's very important to have the outside speaker be able to be controlled independently, because there are noise ordinances here, so they will ask you to turn it down. So that is what I do. So I am going to go get dressed and I'll come back with you. I am all dressed now, and this is the full setup without everything being out in the way. So everything is tucked away. We have the lights dialed into their colors, which is sage green, which is again what we can do with your lighting, as we can match it up with your wedding decor colors. So the sage green. And let me show you, most important thing is our timeline. So we have our timeline all set up here. Oh, sorry. Not sure if you can see all this, but we got the timeline all set up. And this is what it looks like all set up. So when you hear me next, we'll be doing the grand intros. All right, friends and family, if I could have your attention for just one moment. All right, y'all got quiet really fast. I'm not used to that, sorry. All right, did y'all have a great wedding so far today? All right, we're about to bring out our VIPs, so I need you guys to be really enthusiastic. Can y'all do that for me? Maybe just a little bit better than that. Try one more time. Say woo! All right, let me go ahead and bring them out. All right, first of all, I'm going to bring out one group. It's our bridesmaids. All right. Next, we got our groomsmen. All right, and if you're able, go ahead and rise to your feet at this time. We're going to introduce the reason that we're here today, and I'm happy to introduce them for the second time as a brand new husband and wife. Anthony and Allie Richard!
Don't get your way out and do what you now. You're the only reason keep on coming. I'm back about I'm singing out and the world just how I don't know, trying to stay out till I stay.